guys, it's Kayla. Welcome back to my channel. Here we talk about all things Disney as well as how to plan your Walt Disney World vacation. So if that interests you, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. Okay guys, so we've been cleaning like our storage stuff out at my parents' house, and I found these and I thought they were funny, so I wanted to show you. Aren't they cute? I think it's really funny. It's literally like her whole body. She's just like a little Minnie Mouse that sits on your head. So, yep. I just wanted to show you guys that. Alright, moving on. There are a lot of opinions out there on the Disney dining plan and whether or not it's a good value, whether or not it's a like money saving thing. If it's not a money saving thing, there's a lot of that out there. If you guys didn't already check out my video about if we saved money or not on the quick service dining plan, make sure you check out that video. I will link that above. And today, what I will actually be talking to you about is my top tips on how to get the best bang for your buck regardless of what dining plan that you're on. So let's jump on in. Okay, so first off, a lot of people are worried that they are not going to have enough credits for their trip. You kind of see this both ways, but first we're going to talk about like if you're worried about not getting enough credits for your meals, these are the best ways to kind of make those credits stretch throughout your whole vacation. Generally with the dining plan, unless you're on the deluxe dining plan, you get 2 credits a day plus 2 snacks. So really, I mean, it depends on how you eat, but that typically sounds like you only get to eat 2 meals a day and then 2 snacks. Now, that could be a little scary, especially if your family are big breakfast people. I know we eat breakfast. That was always kind of a concern for me, but there are a couple ways to really make those credits stretch. Now, my number one tip, and y'all hear me say this all the time, but that is to share your meals. So for example, Mark Allen and I, for one day, if we were getting just one of the normal plans, for the purpose of right now, we're not talking about the deluxe, we're talking about like the normal dining one and the quick service one. So between Mark Allen and I, we would have basically 4 meal credits and 4 snacks for one day. So what we would usually do is we would use maybe the snack credit, one of the snack credits for breakfast, and we would split that so that we would just get something kind of a little bit smaller for that. And then for lunch, we would share a quick service lunch. So we would just get 1 meal for lunch and then split that between the 2 of us. So out of all of our credits, we've only used 1 quick service and 1 snack credit. So then when we go to dinner, if we are wanting to eat at a table service restaurant or maybe even a signature restaurant, we still have quite a few credits from the day to be able to do that. Now, if you are doing a signature dining now, you will often use 2 table service credits for this. So we only technically would have had 3 left for that day, but that just means that maybe the next day we would just eat only at quick service instead of a signature or table service dining experience. So, but then that way too, when we get to that signature restaurant and we're using those 2 credits, we aren't worried about like, oh my gosh, like this is using a lot of our credits, like are we gonna have enough food for the rest of the thing? Because we know that for those meals in between, we can split and share and make the rest of those snack and quick service credits stretch. So again, this really does apply to even snack credits too. A lot of portions are ginormous at Disney, and so you can easily share snacks. We literally make it a rule that we just share everything. If we can, I mean, some restaurants I don't think you're technically allowed to share, but for the most part, if we can share, we will share. you get to try more things, but also it does help those credits stretch. So instead of saying, oh, we're gonna get 2 Mickey pretzels, we're just gonna get 1 and share it, and then we can have the opportunity to get another snack if we wanted. Number 2, and I say this all the time too, but don't use your snack credits to buy water. Heck, don't buy water at Disney. Just don't. It's such a waste of money, and because water is so expensive there because it's Disney and everything is expensive there. But literally you can get free water so easily. On our last trip, we did not buy water a single time. We didn't even bring we didn't even buy water bottles or anything. We just had our 1 refillable water bottle that we brought, and you can get water at literally any quick service or snack place that has drinks, has a fountain drinks. They will have free water for you. They'll give you a cup and you can go fill it up, and it's super easy. And honestly, even too, we found a few places that just had water stations near them. I know the one that comes to mind is Creature Comforts in Animal Kingdom. When you first walk in, they have these water dispensers on kind of either side. I think you have to still go through the line to get a cup or whatever, but they just have these nice cool water stations that you can just fill your stuff up. So that was really, really nice too. If you're not a fan of Florida water, you can always have a big case of water bottles shipped to your hotel room, and honestly that is still going to be cheaper than buying water at the park or using your credits at the park, because that's a waste of money. But yes, that is my biggest tip on how to save money for sure. Number 3, this is kind of a tricky one because this is a really good tip, but it's also a really bad tip, and that is to get the best value for each credit that you use. Now, what I mean by this, there's all kinds of, I call it the Disney math out there of you should buy only snacks that are X amount of dollars in order to get this value for this credit and blah, blah, blah. But basically, just to generalize that, it's saying that you are pretty much trying to get the most expensive items at every place that you go. If you are somebody that you love to eat steak and lobster all day, every day, cool. This is a really great tip for you. If you're somebody that's not as heavy of an eater, or you don't usually get drawn to those more expensive things, this may or may not work for you. But if you really, really, really are wanting to get the best bang for your buck, you need to go for those higher dollar items. So this means snacks. You need to try and get snacks that are at least $5 at the very minimum, but preferably more if you can. And then for quick service meals, if you can get your 1 meal to be over $20, which if you get a specialty drink or alcohol with your meal, you can easily do that, but the goal is for those to get at least $20 worth. And then for table service, I mean, man, you gotta spend a lot. So you gotta get that $50 steak or whatever. So this can be kind of tricky, but it can be a really good tip if you're really wanting to try and get the biggest bang for your buck. Just make sure you're looking for those big menu items. Also too, making sure that you get a specialty drink or alcoholic drink with every meal credit that you have, because you can get that on both quick service credits and table service credits. This brings me to my tip number 4, and that is to know how your family eats and let that decide how you dine on your vacation. This is probably the most important because you can crunch numbers all day long, and like I said, there's so many things out there that'll tell you if you do this or you eat this meal at this place, blah, blah, blah. There's so much of that, but honestly, the purpose of the dining plan isn't to save you money. And I know that's kind of a controversial thing, I guess, but The purpose of the dining plan is to let you relax on your vacation and not have to worry about budgeting for food. It's basically prepaid. It's supposed to give you that all-inclusive feel like you would at a resort. If you think about it in a way that's just saying like, you know what, I'm just gonna go and I can eat whatever I want. I can eat the most expensive meal or I can eat a non-expensive meal. It doesn't really matter because it will cost the same either way. That is honestly the real purpose behind the dining plan. So even though you do want to try and get the best value out of your dining plan, I'm not saying you should just throw everything to the wind if you get the dining plan, but don't let yourself overstress about how much money you're saving or not saving by using the dining plan, because honestly, you'll probably be disappointed. Now again, if you're the family that you are super A-type and you're like, we're gonna eat this meal at this place at this time and we're gonna eat this snack on this day, cool. You can totally get your bang for your buck by doing that. Not everybody is like that though, and usually when you're on vacation, a lot of people don't really want to think that way. So if you are one of those people, these tips can be super, super helpful for you. But even if you're not that kind of person, these are really, really easy guidelines to follow that are going to help you enjoy your dining plan more, but also know that you're still getting a good value for what you paid for. Alrighty guys, so what are some of your top tips on how to get your best bang for your buck on the dining plan? Leave those down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this about Disney budgeting and money saving tips and anything else that's just fun Disney math, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and also make sure you don't forget to hit that little bell notification icon next to the subscribe button. That way you're notified when I upload new videos. But other than that, we will see you guys next time. Bye.